I'd like to share a revelation that God had granted me the other day concerning His timing. We spent a lot of time basically demanding that God do things the way we feel He should do them when we feel we should do it, and it's really kind of a pompous attitude. God was showing me that in a clockwork, you have a small gear here and a bigger one, and all these different gears. And I've heard of clocks that have hundreds of gears in one assembly just to tell time. Now, God was showing me that one gear could be your repenting of sin, another gear would be your understanding the deeper things or relating to someone a certain way. Where as these things come together, as wounds are healed, as new understandings are reached, as new revelation is received from God, fully understood and applied practically to your life, that all these gears come together and they literally bless you as an individual, not just as, hey, by the way, we now have all this new understanding and revelation and whatnot, but those gears come together. And when all those gears are in place, that is when God's timing starts. That's when that clock starts ticking. That's when God says, okay, now it's time. It's not a matter of wait 3 weeks and 1 day and there you go. There's the blessing or whatever it is that you've been asking for. By the way, here's your blessing. God's literally looking at this and saying, okay, when all these different circumstances come together and you have aligned yourself with me in all ways, that is when these beautiful things will happen. That's when my timing is right. God's not sitting here manipulating us with each and every circumstance. He's looking at us and saying, is there any way that you would be willing to get all these things done if it wasn't done this way? The answer is probably not. We would spend so much time receiving what we want, when we want, how we want. And, it's our Adamic nature. We're selfish by nature. And we need to work to be selfless. And that is the reoccurring theme in our lives so far, is selflessness. And it's a long, hard road. But we are grateful for God to find us worthy of such a thing. So as we look at assembling a gear of revelation, a gear of the written word, a gear of understanding and relating to others, and another gear of receiving revelation, of applying revelation, we see this beautiful clockwork come together. And the more this happens, the more obvious. For me, patterns are a huge thing. I watch for patterns all over the place. But as I look for these patterns, I realize that these things are constant. These are the things that God says, this is where I'm at. This is what I expect. What are you going to give me? What are you going to do? And I try to keep these things in mind as we go about my daily life and wake up in the morning. Lord, what do you have for me today? And there's a lot of times that these clockwork revelations, as I refer to them, these clockwork revelations come together again and again and again. And one morning God says, by the way, this blessing you've been asking for, it's here. And that is a beautiful thing. So I'd like to encourage you all to not look at, oh God, when is this blessing coming? But, Father God, what do I need to do to align myself with you on a daily basis? That it's not about the timing. It's about growing closer with you. It's not about the blessing I will receive. It's not about the accolades I can receive. It's not about understanding more than someone else or deeper than someone else. It's not a competition. But Lord, how can I get closer to you, that all these gears in the clockwork come together, and that I can actually essentially become a clockmaker of sorts, that I can watch as all these lessons are learned and revelations received and everything's placed together just right. So anyway, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it, and God bless.